This is Mr. Ward, and this is the geometry exit ticket 30.3. So let's take a look at what we've got. So we are needing to find the missing side for for triangle A. So this side is 9 and this side is 15. Now you might notice they share a factor of 3. So let's factor that out and see if this is part of a family of Pythagorean triples, because all of these are here. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So this is going to be a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Only the 4 is going to be times 3. So 3 times 4 equals 12 units. Okay. Now we need to find the missing side. For your choice of B or C, I'll take a look at B. And if you recall, there is a 5, 12, 13 triangle, and 24 and 26 are twice 12 and 13 respectively. So this missing side should be twice 5 respectively. So for B, we're going to have 2 times 5, so which will equal 10 units. And then for C, if you chose to do that one, it's 16 and 30. Okay, so let's see. 16 and 30, they share a factor of 2. So that would be 8 and 15. Well, there's an 8, 15, 17 right triangle. And in case you forgot any of this stuff, I'm going to actually put a some reference material in here for you, because I realized I have not done so. But 8, 15, 17 would be the right triangle that this is a family of. So it's a doubling of 8, 15, 17. So that's going to be 2 times 17, which will equal 34 units. Now let's take a look at D or E, and I'm going to do them both. So let's look here. We've got 21 and 75. Those are both multiples of 3. So let's factor 3 out. That would be 7, and then that would be 25. Well, one of our Pythagorean triples is a 7, 24, 25 triangle. So 24, all of these will be scaled up by 3, so it's going to be 24 times 3. So for D, that's going to be 3 times 24, which is, let's see, that's going to be 60 plus 12, so 72 units. Now E, since you might have chosen E, E has a 6 and an 8. Now 6 and 8 are both, that's twice 3 and twice 4. Okay, so that 3 and 4, that is not going to be one of the Pythagorean triples. But we're going to have to figure out what this is. So we're going to do 8 squared minus 6 squared is going to equal something squared, okay? So let's work that out. That'll be 64 minus 36, okay? And then 64 minus 36 is going to be 28. Okay? And 28, and then we will need to get the square root of 28. So square root of 28 will equal the square root of 4 times 7, which will equal 2 square root of 7. And that will be the answer for E. So E is definitely not a Pythagorean triple. All right, let's take a look at this one. Our choice of F, G, H, or I. So I'll do them all. So F, we have 1.3 and 1.2. That is a 12 and a 13 and a 5. So this one is going to be, so F, all of them are times 1/10. So F is going to be 1/10 of 5. So everything is scaled down by 10. So that's going to equal 0.5 units. And then G, we got a 20 and a 15. So if we factor out a 5 from each of these, we would end up with a 4 and a 3. Okay, and a 4 and a 3 is going to mean that we do not have a Pythagorean triple here. So let's work this out straight up with a Pythagorean theorem. The missing side is going to be the square root of 20 squared. So we're going to say 20 squared minus 15 squared. Okay, and there are a couple ways you can do that. We can work out that's 400 and 225 and do the subtraction. Or you could say, since that's a difference of squares, we could say 20 minus 15 times 20 plus 15. So that's going to equal 5 times 35. And that would end up equaling 175, which would be, or we can say, or 400 minus 225, which also equals 175. And then we would need to get the square root of 175. So square root of 175 and that will equal the square root of 25 times 7, which will be 5 square root of 7 units, of course. Right, units up here. I'm going to do that now. Units. Okay, and if we need to actually measure it, we could figure out an estimate of the square root of 7. Let's take a look at H now. That's a 24 and that's a 51. Well, 24 is 3 times 8 and 15 is 3 times 17. An 8, 15, 17 triangle would be legit here. So let's do that. That's going to be based on that. It's going to be in the part of the 8, 17, 15 family. So everything is times 3. So 3 times 15 will equal 45 units. Finally, let's look at the last one, I. And I looks really ugly, but when you really think about it, that's a 5 and that's a 13. They're both times square root of 7. We can ignore that for right now and put it back in. This is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. So I will end up being 12 root 7. So it's 12 times square root of 7. So that's just going to equal 12 square root 7 units. I hope that was helpful. All right, and there we go.